Hi, it's Bob Pickett. I know you recognize his face, especially if you're a big fan of American Idol. This is Danny Gokey. And Danny, we enjoyed watching you last season. Why didn't you win? Come on.
Man, I kick myself every day for not winning. No, I don't know. You know, I feel like I did my best. And here's the thing. Winning is a moment on the show. It's just a moment. Mm-hmm. It doesn't guarantee success. And, you know, we've seen as a show and many times how someone who didn't win has taken off. And I'd rather take off, you know, at this point than take off to that point in the show. I don't want to fall off. Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but I mean, even Simon predicted that you were going to be in the final.
I know. And I think that might have hurt me, actually, I think. Because, you know, I'm a growing musician. I don't, you know, I think they expected more of me than I really was able to give at times, you know. I know it's inside of me, but on that little amount of time, I was like, man, I'm just growing. Can you just let me grow and not put all these expectations on me? I'm going to do well. But with that expectation, I really felt the pressure.
Now, I was getting ready to ask you about the pressure. Is it a lot of pressure that we see each week? Is a show that we watch on TV really reflective of what's going on in Hollywood?
Is the Hollywood week you're talking about just that, or just
no,
the whole show?
The entire season.
No, I think you know you don't. I don't think most people see the pressure that we really face, and it's intense. I mean, it's worth it, but it's intense pressure, and it's. I think on TV people just see us up there singing and smiling and hey dance moves, and it was definitely a lot of pressure. We you kind of had to put on a smile when you got on TV.
Let's talk about the road to American Idol.
Yeah.
What led you to audition American Idol?
You know, when I never really got to watch the show. I mean, my wife was a big fan. I drove an 18-wheeler in the daytime, and in the evening I would do music for church, for actually two churches. There was two locations, one under one pastor, and I just took over the music program for both places. And I was always gone, so I could never really watch TV. But my wife and I finally got DVR, and so finally at night she would always talk about American Idol. I'd get home around 9 to 10 o'clock at night, and that'd be our show. We'd start watching together. Finally, I remember one time I just looked at her and I said, this is it. You know, this is my last opportunity to ever try. Never had a desire before, but now after watching it, I was like, I could do this. And she was totally in agreement with me, and she was like, I would love for you to go. And, you know, then everyone knew. Everyone saw us on American Idol. My wife passed away, and unexpected, the most tragic thing I've ever walked through in my entire life. And I just, what do I do? Do I drown myself into misery and just kind of like be depressed for the rest of my life? Mm-hmm. Or do I somehow try to make sense of this and just maybe somehow I can tell people who she was and keep her memory alive? That's what I thought. And I went on a show, and the rest is history. And it's the best, I'll tell you this, it's the best decision I ever made. Because I was a pretty angry, bitter man when that all happened. And I think American Idol, it helped me follow a dream, and it helped me give me a reason again. American Idol is an entertainment show, but for me, it was a second chance.
So it was almost like a personal journey for you, a new chapter entirely.
It was, and that's exactly how I explain to people. I say my life became like a book. The first chapter was me in the midst of this huge adversity and tragedy, trying out and following a dream, me and my wife's dream. And honestly, this is the second chapter. I'm telling you this, I feel like I have a second lease on life. Life has become like a new thing again to me because I have something to live for. And I'm so happy. My single is My Best Days Are Ahead of Me. I feel like in the second chapter, I'm telling people, look what's happened. Look what's happened out of something so tragic. Look how many good things have come out. And I'll tell you this is kind of, the single, you know, obviously My Best Days Are Ahead of Me, I recorded that months ago. Mm-hmm. I just found out recently that the writer of that song, his name is Kent Blasey, he lost his wife.
Yeah.
He lost his wife in a tragedy. And I just talked to him on the phone a couple of days ago, and he said, that's the first song I wrote after my wife passed away. And he said, I found hope in that song. He said, I'm so glad you recorded that. And I said, listen, you don't get it. I said, this song has become an anthem for me. This song has become, it's one of those things, you know, God kind of works in mysterious ways. Mm-hmm. I know he worked that one out. You know, I don't know how it all works. You know, I don't know, get the whole thing, but all I know is that song was meant for me, and I'm in the right place at the right time, and people are really loving the song.
And it's the plan. Now, we talked about this before we started the camera, but you know who gave Danny the inspiration to turn country? I'll let you tell this. It's pretty cool.
It's very, very cool.
Remember Randy Travis when he was on the show last season?
Randy Travis, you got to listen. Randy Travis was our mentor. That's when I did Jesus Take the Wheel. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to someone. We were doing the mentor shoot. He was the Idol mentor, teaching us, you know, giving us tips. And I walked past his bus after we were all done, and he happened to be outside, and he said, "Danny, let me talk to you." And, you know, I was like, "Yes, sir." You know, the icon guy, you know, this is the man when it comes to country music. And he said, "Have you ever considered doing country music?" He said, "You would be great." He said, "The fans would love you." He said, "The amount of soul that you would bring to country," he said, "you would do amazing." And I was shocked, because I was thinking, you know, this is Randy Travis, and he knows. And, you know, country music has always been an influence on my life, always, you know, since I was young. But, you know, I realize I'm a soulful voice, and it gave me a confidence to say, you know what, if he sees it, I know then he knows what he's talking about, because he knows what it takes to be successful. And I love telling stories. I love being real. I love the people and I was like, I'm doing it. And I have not looked back since. I'm so excited. We made this awesome album, and thank you, Randy, by the way. Never got to thank you for that.
When is the album coming out?
March 2nd. It's actually available right now on iTunes. There's a pre-order right now. It's I think it's only $7.99.
Right. Wow, that's a pretty good price.
It's a very good price, and you won't. I personally think you won't regret it. You're gonna like it. It's a great soulful country album, and it's got great. What I want people to, I want them to feel what I felt in the studio. I put all my emotion and heart into it.
I'm going to ask you one more question about American Idol.
Yeah,
and of
go
course,
ahead.
it's a question that I know you're asked every day. Is Simon really that way?
Well.
And you know this question was coming.
Well, and yeah, it is, and I've been asking a lot. And here's what I'll say. You know, I saw Simon when you saw Simon, and here's what I mean. When you saw him on TV, that's the only time I saw him was when I went on stage and performed. Never after. Well, I guess after the shows we'd talk a little bit. It was very quick. He'd congratulate us if we made it. But there was one time on the show where he came in early, and me and him got to talking. He was a funny guy. I had a lot of fun with him. He's not much of a jerk for that moment, as people.
You use the jerk word, okay?
Yeah. I really enjoyed him, and I think he's great. Now I heard Ellen DeGeneres is having problems. Well, I heard the rumor on the news is that she said that he's harder to work with than she imagined. I didn't have a problem with him.
Can the show survive without Simon?
You know, that show became successful, and it wasn't because of Simon. I'll tell you this, because it became successful before everyone knew Simon. He helped make it successful, and now he is a backbone supporting factor of it. But they have a team that's really clever. Like when Paula Abdul left, I felt like, you know, I was like, wow, she is like a huge part of the show. But the team came up with someone, you know, who has a lot of popularity, whether you like her or not. She has popularity, and she knows how to work the camera. Ellen DeGeneres. You know, I was like, good move. You know, it's a very good move. You need that. Now, with Simon being gone, I was like, what are they going to do? Well, I heard Howard Stern.
That's what I'm hearing now,
and you know
possibly.
what? Can I tell you this? Good move. Whether you like him or not. I'm not saying, I don't even listen to the guy. But whether you like him or not, he's polarizing. And that's what you need. I think the show can grow a new leg and run for a while.
Well, you're certainly one of the success stories of American Idol. And, of course, we're looking forward to your success in our favorite music, in country music. So,
Thank you.
Welcome to country music. And you know what? Randy Travis is right. You are pretty good at this.
But I appreciate you having me in here, man. It's been a blast. It's been a lot of fun. I'm honored at the opportunity that's been in my lap, and I want to honor it and take care of it and be here for a long time.
We're looking forward to watching your career last a long time in country music.
Thanks.
Danny Gokey.